Yo, what's going on guys? In this video I'm going to be showing you exactly how you can increase your tip-off lineup overall in NBA Live Mobile Season 5. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, leave a like on the video, and let's get into it. Okay, so I know a lot of people have been asking in comment sections of my videos how you can increase your tip-off lineup overall, and let's firstly see why you're asking that. So if you go into the campaigns, a lot of you have been trying to get this Steve Kerr because he is a really nice boost item. He is pretty good if you got a finesse lineup. He's giving out tons of boost and he's been really good. And you look at some of the people who've got 100 overall teams, they've got this Steve Kerr. So a lot of you need him. In order to get him, you have to complete these chapters. So you're going to need that 75 Christian Wood, 77 Gordon Hayward, 78 Derrick Rose, 79 Carmelo Anthony, and then finally that 81 Bradley Beal. Now to get those, you're going to have to play through all of these rebirth campaigns, and some of them you are going to have a higher overall tip-off lineup. As you can see here, this is the first one, have a 70 overall tip-off lineup, and if we go over into the last one, the Bradley Beal one, you can see some of them have a 77 overall tip-off lineup. Keep going. I think there's one you have to have an 80 overall tip-off lineup. So I'm going to tell you all the ways you can get up to at least an 80 overall tip-off lineup. Now most of you might not have played the first mobile season, which was called tip-off, and that's why we have this tip-off lineup, and that's basically all the players you can have in it. So at the moment mine is an 89 overall tip-off lineup, which is pretty decent. I know a lot of people have probably got better ones than me, but what you want to start off with doing is trying to buy players on the auction house, but not just any players. You've got to buy specific players, and these ones are basically just the players that were part of promos that were in the tip-off mobile season. Obviously now we're in the road to gold season, and then in the future going into June we will be in legacy mobile season 3. So these were all the promos that were out during the tip-off lineup, and the good ones, you've got the Mobile Madness promo where you can see that Isaiah Thomas, the Zion Williamson, you got that Yao Ming from the Chinese Lunar New Year promo. Then you've got all these all-star players. You got LeBron James, KD, Curry, Doncic, Kawhi Leonard, Giannis Antetokounmpo. You got all those guys, and then you've also got these top 100 players as well. So I've got Trae Young as well. Then you can also see you can put 6-man players, but those aren't that high overall, so they won't really help your team that much. But if we go into the auction house real quick, these are the players you want to try and get. So as well as the players that I've got on my team, you want to try and get these ones, because I mean the all-star players, they are going to help you a lot with your overall. Try and just boost it up, because as you can see, LeBron James and KD, they are going for a lot on the auction house, but say Curry, Doncic, Kawhi Leonard, they're going to go for a little bit less. So you may want to try and buy them on the auction house if you can. So we'll go and check some of their prices real quick. So this is really helpful now because they've added this. It's going to be a lot easier for you to buy the players that you need to increase your tip-off lineup overall. So if we go into the AllStar Promo section and we just look at all the players, you can see here, all of these guys, you can buy any of them and they should go in your tip-off lineup. So you can even buy the reserve players like Dame Lillard, any of those, Vucevic, all of these guys you could stick in your team, and they are going for pretty cheap, 400k some of them. But even if we lower the price a bit more, I think a lot of them are going for a lot under 400k. If we just go under 400k, see what's there, a lot. You've got a Vucevic going for 142k. So you want to try and buy quite a lot of these players, and I think the all-star promo, when it was out, it was a great way of increasing your tip-off lineup overall. As you can see here, the lowest one I've got, Vucevic, going for 54k. That's going to help you out in the center position, getting your lineup overall a lot higher. Because if you think about it, the highest you need to get up to is an 80 overall tip-off lineup, and an 85 Vucevic is going to help you quite a bit with that. You don't have to have all elite players. There are some gold players you can get, but the gold players are harder to find because you have to kind of just have them from the tip-off lineup. They can't just go straight into your team. So yeah, those all-star players are going to be really great help if you're trying to look to upgrade your tip-off lineup overall. There was the 6-man promo, which you should, again, it might help you out a bit, but these players, they are not on the auction house, so I don't know whether you'll be able to get them. You will be able to get them maybe at trade-off sets if you get lucky in pulling them, but they're not guaranteed to be able to get them. Then you've also got this Mobile Madness promo, which did go out, and you have quite a lot of players here. You've got Zion Williamson, Isaiah Thomas, other players as well like Al Horford. You've got all these guys, and again, they're going for pretty cheap as well, and you don't need the highest overall. You don't need that 91 Zion. You probably just need like about an 82 overall player maybe. So if we go in, we'll search up 200k, see who's going up on the auction house for that much. As you can see, Zion going for 100k. You got an Al Horford bid for 32k. These ones are going to be cheap as well, so make sure you're trying to get these players. And again, like I said before, you don't need to get the higher overall players. You don't need to get that 91 overall player. You can even get these 78, 75s. They will help you out a little bit. You want to try and get maybe above 80 to help you get that 80 overall tip-off lineup, which is the last one you will need to get that Steve Kerr. So make sure you're trying to get players around 80 overall, maybe a little bit higher, and you should be able to get a higher overall tip-off lineup. So that's the Mobile Madness. We covered the All-Star as well. Then you've also got these St. Patrick's Day players. They are a little bit rarer. I don't think they're auctionable. We'll check. There's only one of them up, so they're going to be a lot rarer, and of course they're going for a lot more, so I don't suggest going for those ones, but they are able to be put in your tip-off lineup. Now these players as well, if you remember in the All-Star Promo we had the 3-point contest, the dunk contest and the skills challenge. All of these players, they will be able to go in your tip-off lineup if you can find them on an auction house, which again, they are pretty hard to find on an auction house. If you go into my team, I've managed to get, I think the winner Giannis Antetokounmpo, he is auctionable, so they should be up on your auction house, but they are going to be really rare, so I don't suggest you go for those ones. Maybe stick to the best promos are probably Mobile Madness, Lunar New Year, which we'll go into later, and that All-Star Promo. Those are probably the best ones. You've also got Valentine's Day players, Love Today. These are cheap as well, but they're under 80 overall, which is what you want to try and get up to 80 overall at least. Fan favorites, these ones are good as well because they are above 80 overall and they are going for cheap as well. So if we look here, 100k, see how many are going for 100k or less. You got an 85 overall going for 53k, which is just nuts. You should buy that if you've got it on your auction house that's cheap. That should help you getting up to at least an 80 overall tip-off lineup. Then if we look further, if we go further back into like the Lunar New Year, these also had good players as well. They are a little bit more expensive, but there is a Curry as well. There's a Danny Green, Yao Ming. These are all 80 pluses. They are going for a little bit more than the fan favorites. So we'll just check 200k, see who's going. None of them are going for 200k. We'll try at 300k. So these ones are going to be a little bit more expensive, but they are a little bit higher overall. As you can see, 86s, 87s, 84s, all that stuff. You can try and buy these players if you want to, but again, those are the best players. You just want to find the promo that has the most amount of players that you could probably get into. We'll try this date. This date, the players aren't very high overall. I don't even think they're auctionable, and they're really hard to get, so they'd be rare. We also have Forces of Nature, which I think can go in your tip-off lineup. There are a load of 75s, 80 overall players. You've got an 85 BAM as well. So if we go in for 150k, see who's on the auction house, you can see there's quite a few players. They should go in your tip-off lineup. I'm pretty sure they do, because they were the first promo to actually go into your tip-off lineup. Now you've got the top 100 one as well, which I think some of them do go in your tip-off lineup, some of them don't. It depends on which one you've got, but I think most of them do go in your tip-off lineup. You got a load of 83s because there's 4 rounds, I think, or 2 rounds or 3 rounds or something like that of the top 100 promo. So there are quite a lot. You can get an 82 Kyrie Irving as well. So these are going to help you out a lot because they are just a little bit below 80 overall, and some of them are 83, 82, stuff like that. So if we go in for, let's say, 100k, see who's on the auction house for 100k. And again, 100k is pretty cheap. You should be able to have enough coins for that. As you can see, a 78 overall going for 17k. Now, for the top 100 players, it is a little bit challenging as to which ones you need to get, because some do go in your tip-off lineup and some don't. Now, I think it's probably just going to be the ones from the top 100 round 3 promo. Maybe round 2, but not round 1, because as you can see, I bought this Grant over here, and he doesn't go into my tip-off lineup because I think he was part of the round 1 version of the top 100 promo. So what I suggest you do, as it is a little bit confusing as to which ones go in your tip-off lineup or not, maybe stay clear of the top 100 promo. If you've got enough coins, like you want to buy this Draymond Green, the ones that are going for cheap, like 78 overalls, I don't think they will go in your tip-off lineup. So make sure you're staying clear of those. Maybe buy the higher ones. I know for a fact that Trae Young definitely goes into your tip-off lineup. If you go back to mine, in mine, I've definitely got that Trae Young, so he definitely goes in there. So you might be able to buy him as well if you've got the coins for that. But like I said before, make sure you're trying to buy those players, because buying players is probably the only way you can get those tip-off players guaranteed instead of going through all the trade upsets, all that stuff. So make sure you're trying to get either Lunar New Year players. All-Star players are probably your best bet to be able to get quite a lot of them, and they're high overall and fairly cheap. Mobile Madness players as well, they're for low prices and they are kind of high overall, so maybe try and go for All-Star, Mobile Madness, and then maybe try that Lunar New Year as well. Top 100, like I said, it is a little bit difficult as to find which ones that exactly go into that lineup or not. If you can find some, by all means go for those ones, but those are the 3 I'd go for. Again, Mobile Madness players, All-Star players, and the Lunar New Year players. So yeah, that should hopefully upgrade your tip-off lineup to an 80 overall, so you can try and get that Steve Kerr, because he is a pretty good boost. I might try and grind for him a bit when I've got stamina saved up. But let me know in the comments down below if this video helped you out. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.